So how you doing, YouTube? Tonight I bring you another movie review. As you can tell, I'm wearing a Madman shirt, so of course I'm doing a Madman movie. After watching numerous reviews about this movie, one just like 2 minutes ago that just like blew my mind. I'm gonna give you the real review, okay? This is definitely one of my favorites. Like I always do in my videos, my favorite movie. This is one of my favorites, okay? Childhood favorite. First seen this movie. This movie, I seen it was recommended to me. I watched it. Okay, watched it by myself. Okay, about 12 o'clock midnight, and this movie actually scared the sugar honey iced tea out of me when I seen it. Okay, after I got done watching that, I couldn't sleep. Okay, so I figured I put on Friday 13 Part 7 to fall asleep to, because I felt Jason, because when I first seen Madman, there's one scene in the movie that he's just standing in the trees, just standing and hanging out. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the quick review first. Okay, so this is Madman. Okay. And why there are two tapes? This was the re-release on Anchor Bay, and I believe this one was the Thorn Embassy. So I mean, I never really had like the box like that. Like I said, the pirating back in the '80s was tape from tape. That's how we pirated movies back then. So, story is, he's a farmer. He just went crazy, okay, and he killed his wife and his two kids. And the townspeople heard about what he did, decided, to inflict justice. So they were going to hang him from a tree. But before they hung him, they swiped at his face with an axe. So he got like a long gaping gash on his face. So they go to cut him down and discover the body's gone. It's just the rope hanging. And then they find out his wife and his two kids are gone too. There's nowhere to be found. So some years later on, right? So there's a campfire scene. That's the beginning of the movie. The campfire scene, and they're telling stories, whatever. So this guy Max tells the story about Madman Mars. So he just told the story what I just told you. And if you say his name above a whisper, and that's it. If you say his name above a whisper, you're done. It's a wrap for you. You're pushing up daisies. That's it. Okay. You say his name, Madman Mars, above a whisper, he's going to come out and kill you. Okay, so this kid, being a typical kid, Richie, decided to say, hey, you know what? Madman Mars, here we are. Come and get us, Madman. Picks up a rock, throws it through the window. Now, the guy Max was like, Richie, what are you doing? Don't you know you're messing with powers beyond your control? So, it's just typical. You're not going to believe him, whatever. He's just a kid, he's a punk kid, whatever. So he said, well, he didn't mean it, Mars. He didn't mean you no harm. We mean you no harm, whatever. So he's like, okay, hopefully that done the trick. Now the part I was telling you about in the beginning of this video was, after they're going back to the campsite, Richie looks up and he sees, I believe, this. Okay, this is the figure he sees in the woods. Now you're in the dark woods, right? And you see this image in the trees. Wouldn't you freak out? I did. So I'm not gonna give you great kill scenes, okay? This is one of the top. This is compared to Friday 13th type of scenario, okay? They were gonna do a movie based on Cropsey, but there's no movie called The Burning that came out at the same time. Both great movies, Burning and Madman, both great movies, but I prefer Madman over The Burning. It's just a great movie. Like this movie, great kill scenes. What else? The guy, the director, if I say his name correctly, is Joe Giannani. He did a brilliant job with this movie. Like everything with this, the setting of the story, the kill scenes, the producer Gary Sales. Everything with this movie. Now, there's one problem I have with, not a problem, like I don't know the whole story of it. One of the cast members if you look, her name was Alexis Dubin, or Alexis Dubin in the movie, but her real name is Galen Ross. Now, Galen Ross, Dawn of the Dead, okay, and Creepshow, but for some reason she changed her name. Like, I don't know the whole story. All I heard was, like, it bothered me because, this is one of my favorite movies, and I don't know if she said it or somebody said it, like, she wanted, like, nothing to do with Mad Men anymore. Like, she tried to, like, erase that from her history, because it felt like it degraded women. I'm like, when I heard that, I was like, hello, you're in a slasher movie, okay? You're in an 80s slasher movie. How you feeling is degrading women, okay? So, like, I don't know if that's the story or not. I'm not gonna, I'm not looking to bash anybody, but I mean, that just kind of bothered me, And then she was gonna be at Living Dead Weekend in Pennsylvania, and she was there, and I was online waiting. I had my my Creepshow figures with me to have a sign, and I don't know what it was, but she shot me like this look, and she just said something. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother. So I walked away. I always wanted to meet her, but then, because I was like, you know what, she won't be bothered with Mad Men. I can understand that's her decision. I have my poster signed by the rest of the cast and Gary Sales. For some reason, she don't want to be bothered with that movie. I mean, what am I going to do? Am I going to fight with her? No. I mean, that's her decision, okay? But I don't know the whole story, so, like, that's all I know, that she don't want to be bothered with the movie because they felt like it degraded women. So, and she took her name off the credits. Oh, she changed her name from Alexis Dubin to Galen Ross. So, okay. But you know what? It's still one of my favorite movies. Like, it's still, like I said, these are my go-to movies, and I reviewed it. I give you I'll post a trailer in the description so you get an idea for yourself. You haven't seen this movie. But this I want to show you. It's in my Toy Talk video. This is my Madman Mars figure that I got. Well, toy. Puppet, if you will. By Terry Cruikshank. And it's signed by Paul, the guy who played Madman. I love the movie. One of my favorite movies. It's, like I said, this movie, like, I've seen a lot of movies, and not, a lot of movies back then, like, really scared me, except for this and Trilogy of Terror, okay, with Karen Black. The little doll, okay, that scared the sugar honey iced tea out of me. So, like I said, I've seen other reviews about this movie, some good, some bad, but I just seen one just a little while ago, and I was like, if you don't like the movie, why are you reviewing it? That makes no sense to me. I'm not going to review a movie like I have no basis, like say, oh, I hated it, I thought it was filmed wrong, or, the cinematography was wrong, the lighting was wrong, the acting was horrible. No, I'm not going to bash a movie. If I'm going to bash a movie, I won't be making videos because I would have no subscribers, okay? Because a lot of movies that I hate, people like, okay? I can't get into new stuff. Like I say, if you want new reviews, you go to different channels. If you want old horrors, classic movies, that's me. That's what I do. So, like I said, I mean, if you've never seen Mad Men, it's kind of like Friday the 13th. Just a little similarity because the camp, okay, killer on the loose in the woods. It's kind of like that, and Friday the 13th, and The Burning, But this movie is highly recommended, okay? I'm not going to say the acting isn't cheesy. Hello, it's an 80s horror movie, okay? You're not looking for an Academy Award winners here. They're 80s movies. This is people's first movies, directors' first gigs, they're first getting started. If they made a movie like that today, then you bash them. But not when they make a movie back then, okay? They're going to make a movie. They're doing something they really enjoy doing. Today, they don't care about making movies. It doesn't, I'm sorry. They just want to, it's all about a cash machine today. It's a cash cow. All these, directors, they don't care anymore about making movies. They don't. I'm just calling it the way it is. Like back then, all these movies that came out, the directors put their heart and soul into it. The actors, some may be bad, okay, but they're trying their best, okay. You can't knock them for that. But yeah, this is my review on about Mad Men. One of my favorites. I got that wearing the shirt. I met Paul. I met Gary Sales. met the guy who played Richie, the guy who played Tippy, something Sullivan. I can't remember his name right now. But yeah, you know, they're all wearing. This is a great experience. This is a great experience with the whole cast members. Met Paul twice because I'm signing that in my Madman poster. But yeah, it's one of those movies that, you know, that's, you know, it's a cult following. Okay, it can stand the test of time. Okay, like I said, this is movie. You know, seeing this movie, just that one scene where he's in the trees, just hanging over just looking at everybody, and of course the kid Richie, he said his name above a whisper. He yelled at Madman, "Come and get us! Here we are!" And Madman came and got him. So, but you gotta watch the movie. You have to watch the movie. If you haven't seen this movie, you gotta watch it. It's one of those movies that's gonna stand the test of time, and it's just a great movie. It's one of my favorites, and you know, that's basically it. I'm also give you like a short review. I'll give you the story, post the trailer, and hopefully you guys like this video. You know, I'll put the link to just so you can follow me. You know, subscribe to my channel. You know, more I can say about that. Okay, so hope you guys like this video. Peace.